boards. I'm recording. I'm going to share my screen. And my present button always gets hidden. Um, so tonight is all about vision boards. And so you don't have to write on your physical board if you don't want to. When we did this at retreat, I have all of mine written in my notebook. Then when I was ready, I took time. Well, we did them at retreat, but then we made them. And I just made it out of poster paper, and I will hang it above my desk where I will see it every single morning. Because it's good to have it somewhere visible, but I'll talk about that. I didn't want that to fall over. Okay. So the first thing is announcements. I remembered announcements. So 9-week Control Freak launches tomorrow for the customer purchase, which is pretty exciting. So make sure you are talking about it on your stories. If you have it, you are talking to your current customers about it. Honestly, with launches like these, I probably have more current challengers that will get the accessory pack and early access than I sign up new challenge packs for, if that makes sense. So don't think just because someone is in your challenge group already that they don't want to do the $99, because you get, pieces of workout equipment that Jess talked about on her stories today, what the cost of the equipment is the same as 3 months of gym membership, so it's pretty cool. Number 2 is a super weekend. They're doing a virtual super weekend January 9th. I will probably hop on for that because they usually make some good announcements. I'm guessing they might talk about Sean T's new program coming out it's just a spring 2021 on there. I don't know why I have stuck in my head April. I don't know why. We'll see when it is. But they usually announce just some fun things there. And then I put a picture of the Success Club promos. So I know a big goal of many people is to hit Success Club. And these are the rewards if you do that consistently, right? So Angie and I were joking because her Snuggies are on the way. So the 6-month one was Snuggies. I got the 9-month one, which was a Beachbody, why can't I think of the word, sweatshirt, crew neck. And so I was excited about that. But this year, in 2021, if you hit month 1, it will be one of those camo hats. I'm guessing you'll get to pick between which one you want. If you get it 3 months, and they don't have to be in a row, right? So for example, me, I missed Success Club in March of this year, but I still got to get the 9-month and stuff like that. So if you hit it 3 months, you get the long sleeve. 6 months is that backpack cooler. 9 months is a computer cube light. I don't really know what that is, to be honest. And then if you hit it 12 months, all 12 months, you get a pair of Ray-Bans. And so pretty lit. I have a pair of Ray-Bans that Shane found in the wave pool at Wisconsin Dells. So I am hoping to upgrade them. Okay. So parts of a vision board. This is actually stuff that I've last year, I just threw stuff on there. I went through. Melanie Mitro has a very, very great video about vision boards. So if you haven't watched that and you need more inspiration after this, definitely take a look at that, because that's what I followed last year. And the reason I'm doing this call, 2 weeks, not even 10 days, 11 days before the new year. I don't know where December went. Do you have a question?
Did you say Melanie?
Yeah.
Okay. She's also doing a seminar coming up here at the end of the month to hop on for vision boards, FYI. It's free. I'm fairly certain.
Yeah, I think I've heard something about that on her podcast. And so that's another one to look at, is the webinar Melanie is hosting. And yeah, it's a free one that they're doing with Chic Influencer, I think. And so that's how I did it, is I just sat down and watched her video. So number 1, think of words you want to describe your year. So I'm going to go through each of these steps, and I'm going to give you a little bit of time to brainstorm. But number 1, think of the words that you want to describe your year. Number 2, quotes that motivate you. Number 3, think big dreams that are measurable. And what I mean by that is, you've probably heard over and over again, SMART goals, SMART goals, SMART goals. Well, it's not necessarily just SMART goals. but like big dreams, right? Like I had make $10,000. Like if I posted on my vision board, make more money, well, what does that mean? Make $1 more, make $2? Like we can't measure that. Or you know, like let's see, another one, like I had on my vision board this year, hit Success Club all 12 months. Well, I could just say hit Success Club, but hit Success Club once, hit Success Club. You know, maybe your goal is to hit Success Club 6 months or whatever it may be. Um, and so think big dreams, but ones that like you can clearly write. All of mine, I can check off Diamond, Success Club, like the amount of money I made, how many people I wanted to sign up, coaches, that kind of stuff. Um, and then number 4, pictures to help you visualize your dreams. So the one thing my vision board doesn't have is pictures yet. But on my current vision board, I don't know if you can see me, but right, like I have a girl holding money. I have the ocean up there because I wanted to go on a Success Club trip. I have a diamond, little make a difference, that kind of stuff. To help me out there. And then lastly, have fun with it. This isn't supposed to be something that's like boring and you don't enjoy it. It's supposed to be fun and creative, and you're supposed to look at it and love it. And I can tell you, like, I have done, like, I have started and stopped. I'm pretty sure maybe it was Angie at retreat restarted. Someone restarted. I don't know. Maybe that was me. But
Yeah, I redid mine when I got back to Edgeley.
You know, so you might do one vision board and then be like, oh, I don't like this, or I have bigger ideas or different, and then you redo it. And that's completely fine. And so let's break each of these down a little more. So, like words, these are the words I used. So you can use whatever words you want to use. I'm going to give you some examples, right? So, like the words on my vision board are passion, drive, action, determined, empowered, fierce, and then I ran out of little dots. But I also have tenacity on there. Some other ones that I've thought of before were fierce. Oh, that's on there. Awkward. Fire, unstoppable, free, strong. Pretty much any word. Energy, power, focus. Pretty much any words that you feel kind of describe what you want to do, right? Limitless. I think of all those affirmation words that Elise uses, right? Like fearless, compassionate, mindful, aligned, evolving, adventurous. I'm trying to think, like, I think of a good one, like, I just think of this word, Jess, for you, like present, like you have been so determined in being present in your family's life. Resilient, there's just so many words. And so you can pick whatever words mean a lot to you and kind of harness what you want out of the year. But it's kind of fun to have those overarching words. Do you guys want me to give you a couple minutes to think on these, or do you want me to kind of just like keep going through stuff and then we can have time at the end? Or like, do you want me to go through stuff and then you think you'll work on these later? What are you guys thinking? I'm a teacher. I can sit here in silence for a long time.
I'm good on this, at least. I think just like a minute would probably be good on each thing.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll give you a minute to kind of just reflect and think about it. Okay, so the next step is quotes. And so what makes you feel unstoppable? So some quotes that I've used. So as you take time to kind of reflect on these, some quotes that I've used, like on my current vision board, I have "The world needs who you were made to be," "Refuse to be average," "Blossoming into a badass woman with more faith than fear." Some that I've wrote down in the past is "Being your true self is the best way to be successful. What got you here is not going to get you there." And then my favorite Rachel Hollis quote, "You asked for hard." Because when I saw her speak at Summit last year, she just talked about like, you asked for this and you asked for hard. You didn't ask to take the easy route. Okay. And then my quote for 2021 is the path to success is to take massive, determined action. So that is my quote for 2021. So I'll just give you a minute here to think on that. And usually I use Pinterest. Okay. So again, you can take more time to reflect on this as needed. But next is our visions and goals. Oh, I realized I never changed the pictures. So that's kind of weird because I don't know those humans. But there's kind of different vision categories. And I like this. When I did the Dash to Diamond group, we did a call with Maria. I cannot pronounce her last name, but she is big into visions and energy and stuff. And these are kind of the categories she had us build, which were kind of nice. So the first is self goals. So some examples is like, what's your book goal? Some of mine are read 40 books, put my phone away at 9 p.m. every single night. Let's see here. What else? Like it could be get your, get a massage once a month. It's whatever you want to work on as yourself. Okay. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Those are the ones I have, right? Do one thing. I had in my original write-up when I was brainstorming was do one thing for myself a month, whether that be nails, massage, coffee, whatever that would be. So your self goals. Okay. And I encourage you to write 2 to 3, not saying you're going to put 2 to 3. I kind of picked one from each category, what thing from each category meant the most to me. And then that's what I put on my vision board. Okay. For family, what I had is date night once a month. So trying to make sure that Shane and I are taking times, and like this is an intentional date. Like we go out to eat, no phones, or we go, to a friend's house and play cards, or like something very intentional, not just like, oh, hey, we're going to go grab dinner at the truck stop real quick. Like very intentional. Then the other one is send out birthday cards to family. I am really bad at birthdays. So if I've ever missed any of your birthdays, I'm sorry. Birthdays I suck at. I need to get better at those. And then some other ones I had was call a friend or family once a week, do a Bible study. And then like long term on here, I had, children in the next 5 years. But remember, this is for 2021. So if you don't You don't have to put super long-term, like I put children. Well, I don't want a child. I mean, I wouldn't mind a child in 2021, but like that's not what I'm planning on. And so then you have financial. So pay off student loans, maybe be debt free. I have set a budget and stick to it. Buy less crap because I buy a lot of random things. Pay off student loans. We have concrete the shop. We really want, that's kind of our next big project, is to concrete the shop, and we want to pay in cash for that. Okay. Then we have career. So like your career, what do you want to do? So for teaching, since I'm a teacher, I have one hands-on activity per week, and then have a top 10 team at state FFA. You could have, for my other career goal, I have be done teaching in 3 years. And so then we have spirituality. So like this, I have donate monthly to our church. I have in the future, I want to create journals. Bible, this year, I want a Bible study with Shane. And so that's actually the one that made it on my vision board, was complete a Bible study with Shane. Because if you know him, that is going to be a task. Okay. And then we kind of have our next set. Oh. The next set is health, right? So get Shane to work out with me was one of my goals. And then my other one was complete ultimate portion fix and use it. And then another health goal I had was get abs. So, right, they can be anything. It could be, meal plan weekly. It could be your goal weight. It could be maybe there's something in your life that you've been struggling with. Hi. Hi, Liz. Oh my goodness. What a goofball. What a goofball. And then travel. So I had on there earn Success Club trip, and then retreat 2021 at a lake house. I had weekend getaways. So every 4 months, right? Is that a quarter? Every 3 months. Every 3 months, I want to do like a weekend getaway trip that Shane and I kind of go somewhere. And then international trip in the next 5 years. I'd love to go somewhere not here. And so where do you want to travel to? Or maybe it's as simple as going to, right? Like going to your parents every 6 months or something like that. It doesn't have to be something super crazy, but, and then you have home. So I have like finish the shop, finish the basement, concrete the shop. Someday in the future, I would like a pool. I would like a workout room. Right now, my goal is just to get a sectional here at some point because we bought one, but it's on back order. Oh, and so I'm waiting for my sectional kind of ish patiently. But again, there's no right. It could be to buy a home. It could be to sell your home. It could be to expand. It could be whatever kind of home things, right? Maybe it's as simple as getting a new bed so you sleep better. Because I know for a long time I was like, I need a new mattress. And then lastly would be your business goals. So some business goals. And I just want you to think, don't make a business goal because someone else is making that business goal, right? Like if I say I want to be a 5-star diamond coach, that doesn't mean that the rest of you need to put that down as a goal, right? Your goal could simply be to sign up friends and family to, to pay for your product, or it could be going diamond or even going emerald. Or if I say I want to make, like, my goal is to make $40,000, that doesn't mean you all need to have an income driven goal, right? Like I don't want you to compare your goals to like everyone else's and think they have to be the same, right? And so business goals, they could be rank, income, they could be success club trip, they could be months you hit success club, it could be programs, right? Proof of the product you want to share on your stories every single day. It could be trackers, right? I will fill out my tracker at least 5 days a week. Any type of goal that deals with your business is an awesome one. And there's nothing wrong with, trying to see the big goal and then kind of breaking it down into smaller goals too. Okay. Then the other part to this is pictures, right? So what are some pictures that you can add to them because they paint a really good picture for us and help us to understand and just kind of make us visualize it, right? Because if we can visualize it, we can probably manifest it. So looking at some things on your vision board and like what are things you could print off pictures. If you're like me, I print them at work because I don't like using my color printer. But I use my color printer when I have to, or you can use magazines. I don't own any magazines. You could do all sorts of stuff, right? But some pictures that I thought of, like, I want to finish our basement. So that's kind of what that couch thing represents, right? It's like finishing my basement. I have a diamond on there, right? Because my big goal in 2020 was a diamond. I had a big diamond on my vision board. I have team goals. So like pictures of the team in Ocean, because I really, really, really wanted to go on the Success Club trip. Like we talked about it starting last year because I got invited last year as a new coach. But the turnaround time is really crazy. So like Success Club trip, you only have 48 or 72, you have 72 hours to accept your invite. So you really like kind of have to be prepared for that. And so Shane and I have talked about it a lot like beforehand, and we knew we wanted to do it. And that's why it was on my vision board, because we've never been, I've been nice places like Belize and stuff, but never vacation wise. It was always mission trips and stuff. So what helps you visualize it? Maybe it's putting pictures of money. Maybe it's putting pictures of your dream porch or your car that you want to buy or whatever it may be. So pictures are pretty simple. Those kind of just take time on your own to look up and figure out. You can also draw them. You don't have to always, I'm not artistic, so I print pictures off. And then keep it visible. So just like I talked about, mine hangs literally, I stare at it every single day when I work out. And when I work out, it's fun to have because I can be like, refuse to be average, right? Like I repeat these quotes and these words to myself. So it's really nice, but keep it visible. You want to be able to see it every single day and remind yourself. And you can keep adding to it. Like I literally take like little, right? An incentive that came out was Andrea Hansen's Diamond Retreat. So I have a sticky note that says Diamond Retreat. It has the 6 dates I need to be active. I posted that on there. Or I have a Success Club All-Star Legend where you have to hit Success Club 24 months in a row. So I have like that sticky note on there. You can always add to it. And so do you guys have, I think the next slide is just questions. Do you guys have any questions about vision boards or casting your vision or your dreams or anything like that? I just learned for the first time in my life that my journal has a pocket in it.
I don't have any questions, but I wanted to add something.
Yes.
So, like, it relates to vision, and I just wanted to share it because I think it's going to change my whole deal. I've been listening to Micah Folsom's podcast, and she like was talking about how she talked about vision. So I went back and listened to her one about vision, and I posted about like working on it. And it's a lot of these same things, like going through and writing it down, everything you want without judging yourself, categorizing it like you're talking about. But then what she did is she wrote it out in paragraphs, kind of as affirmations, like a paragraph for your family, a paragraph for this. And then she actually said that she recorded herself like reading the affirmations, and then she plays them every single morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
And she like plays it on loop.
The other,
Like while she does like cleaning or something. I don't know.
That is so fun. The other thing too that I know we did when we did the vision board workshop was we wrote a letter to ourselves as if it was like the end of 2021 and you were looking back and you were saying like, dang girl, I'm so proud. I cannot believe you crushed that goal. And so, right, in a lot of the Beachbody calls, they talk about like show up like you've already hit the goal, right? Like show up like it's already happened. Like you said, the affirmations and stuff like that. I love that idea, Jess.
I'm going to try it. It might be awkward as all get out listening to myself talk, but there's a lot of power in it because like I have a lot of like things like that when you stop and think about it, like I had written on the freaking mirror, like love your damn self, because that is at the end of every single chapter in that You Are a Badass book. And I was like, I'm writing it on the mirror. And then one day I was mad at myself and I like erased it. And I was like, would I yell at Liz if she did this or like get on her if she did that? Heck yeah. So like recording like about how you want your kids to feel and like knowing you have to fix yourself first is so powerful.
I agree.
And it's the same thing for like money. I mean, you talk about what it could do for your family. That's.
And the other thing too, I totally think we talk about big goals, but don't be scared. Like you're going to be like, I'm crazy. Like I right now think I am crazy for writing 5-star elite coach on my board. I'm like, there's no way I will get there. Right. And I just think of the universe hears you and will push for you and with you because once I hit diamond on January 30th, I also have that right as I cross stuff off on my vision board. I quite literally cross it off or I write a note, right? Like my success club, I have invited on October 29th on diamond. I have qualified on 7-30-20, right? Like I have that written. And so ever since that day, I was like, I will be 1-star diamond by January, right? And I thought I was crazy. And I even went into December, so far from it. And in the past, literally 2 weeks, I've added 4 coaches to Shane's account. And I literally need 1 emerald on 1 leg and I will be a 1-star diamond coach. Like you have to understand, you may think those goals are the craziest goals and they're way far out there and you'll never attain them. But it's better to aim super, super high and get almost there than be like, oh, my goal is just to make $1,000 and then you never get there because you're acting like $1,000 coach. You're not acting like someone who needs to show up full time for this, if that's what your dream is. So dream big because you'll be surprised when you start putting those affirmations and intentions into the universe. It is crazy what can happen. And so
Do you ever feel like you look at it like, you look at like 5-star diamond, or I guess like that one, like you could like break down into like steps, but even if you break it down into steps and you're like, okay, I need to add, like you want to grow our team to 100 coaches strong, right? How many do you have right now?
I have about 45.
Okay. So you need to add like 50 plus coaches. And so do you ever look at it and just like get paralyzed almost? Because I do that. Like I wrote on my vision board. I did one, I think I'm gonna redo it, but I did it and I'm like, okay, I wanna like get 60 people started. And then I'm like, that's a lot of freaking people. And then I find myself like worrying so much about that I don't chat with the one person that could be the first person on that list. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You just have to know that paralyzed by fear. There's so much PD out there too on being paralyzed by fear, but I know that like fear is the only thing that's going to stop me from reaching it, right? So like action is the only way to reach that goal. So the only way to reach it is to keep pushing. And I'm a list maker. So like on mine, I want to help 50 people in 2020. And I quite literally, I had a list in my notebook, and every time someone signed up, I wrote their name on the list and you could see the list getting smaller. I just saw it. Here, right here. I stopped keeping track after a while, but here's my list. And I literally wrote every human being that signed up. Because when you start to see those, go in the book and line up, it's pretty easy to keep pushing. Or my income goal, I quite literally had a tracker. It's upstairs. But I'd color in the boxes every payday. I'd sit down, I'd open my coach office, and I'd color in how many boxes closer I was to $10,000. Because any action closer gives you more momentum, right? Because you're like I even think every coach I sign up, I still do like a happy dance, right? Like last night I sold a discount coach challenge pack and I ran upstairs and I'm telling Shane and I'm super excited. And that's the momentum that keeps you going to hit the next goal and the next goal. And so I think breaking it down is good. Like for my $10,000 this year, like I had quite clearly, I still have this sticky note. It told me exactly what I needed to make a month and what I needed to make a week in order to hit that goal. And that's kind of what helped me. And I knew right away I might not be there, right? In January and February, was I making $192 a week? No. But then I had a couple weeks, like there was a week where I made $700 in 1 week. And so you understand that like you just keep pushing and you'll get there. But action, that's why my quote is about massive action, because the only way to reach the goals is to act on them. Any other questions about vision boards? You can make them digital too. There's something therapeutic for me about writing them. There's something therapeutic about having like physical board. Okay, I'm going to go back to the beginning and then take a peek, Sha. Go back. There. Oh, that's a fun button. And you remind me of Cindy Lou Who when you did that, like with your hair. I wish I could do that. Put a pop bottle in there. I wish I could do that for pajama day. I don't have that much. Okay, ready? Hang on, my phone's not ready. Okay. 1, 2. Perfect. Okay. If you guys, we're still recording. I could probably turn the recording off. Where's my board or my thing that tells me stop share? Struggle. It's like I don't use Zoom every single day.